Good morning. Good morning. And so Tottenham Hotspur pre-season continues today with a game against Leicester City in Bangkok, Thailand. And the heavens have just opened in Bangkok. So who knows what's going to happen. Here we go. Let's see what the second game of the Ange era brings us. So good morning, welcome to PRTV, Paxton Road TV with this today's watch along with our men in Bangkok. I'm looking at the images here. The skies are leaden and the coverage at the moment seems to be taking undercover as Gary Stevens is talking to Milesy on the stream. Welcome one and all. Hope you've have digested the game from Tuesday against West Ham and our dissection of it on Talking Points the other day. Don't worry, me and Sam, we're all friends. Don't worry. It was a bit tetchy at times, but yeah, let's see what today brings us. The players look absolutely drenched, and the game hasn't even kicked off yet. Chance to see an old friend in different colours. Harry Winks is playing for Leicester today. But without much ado, I think I'll give you the starting lineup that Ange has picked for today's game. And here we go. Hope you can see that. So we're about 8 minutes away from kickoff. I think on Tuesday I opened up the stream to people. I'll probably do that at half time today. So if you want to join me, by all means do so. So in the studio, we've got Ben, the normal presenter, and Clive Allen discussing various things. You've not missed anything. I think I'm just going to go and get a wee liquid refreshment. Back soon. Cheers, everyone. People are still looking to the clouds and wondering where the kickoff's going ahead. It may well be delayed. Pitch looks a bit treacherous. Slide tackles could be a bit dangerous today, but let's hope no pre-season injuries occur to those who are going to be sticking around, or equally those that might well be on their way. And just certainly promised that there will be changes in the rest of the transfer window. Can I ask the people who are watching to remember to like and press the subscribe button? We're across 2 channels now. We've got the existing Paxton Road TV, but we've also got a rebrand at PR TV. You can see the logo over my left shoulder. So if you can subscribe to both channels, eventually Paxton Road will be phased out and it will just be PR TV from here onwards. Any thoughts, any forecasts for scores today? It's a bit hard to tell. I mean, this is obviously the team that's been picked for the kickoff. If anyone missed it earlier, I'll add it back into the stream.
Hopefully in reasonable conditions. They're going to be difficult conditions, but certainly not dangerous ones.
Not good conditions for the keeper. They're speculating there. The ball is the centre areas are very wet, and the ball is skipping off a very, very damp surface. So some long shots will no doubt be attempted by both sides. I've not seen the Leicester team. Maybe someone could chip in with that. I do know that I've seen some of their cup-winning team walking through the entrance to the stadium today. I saw Vardy, and obviously I saw our old boy Harry Winks as well. So we'll see what happens. Those of you who are watching on Leicester City TV, you're more than welcome to have me droning on in the background. I've put out a request for my colleagues to join me, but I have a feeling that Sunday morning is too much for some people, especially at this time of the morning. Maybe brunch is being consumed. Anyway, what do we think about the centre-back situation? We've certainly got we've got some issues to address. The good thing is that Ange has kind of acknowledged that, and what I liked about his post-match comments were, one, he took responsibility, unlike a coach who was recently with us. And secondly, he said results matter. Results do matter, I suppose, in the end. And, the fact, even though we lost that game, and when Milesy put it to it, it was a defeat, it wasn't really important. I like the fact that he quickly said, no, results are important. So, Ange knows the task ahead of him. I'm confident that he, if he gets the support, he'll do a good job. I just wish we had some centre backs in, but I saw a nice tweet from a guy I respect, a coach, an agent, Harry Brooks. You should follow his Twitter feed, where he was saying that actually learning the centre back position in the Ange system doesn't take a great deal, so it won't be an absolute disaster if they arrive after we return after Wednesday's match, for which we were also doing a watch along. The last game of the tour, which is in Singapore, and against a local team. I'm going to imagine that the weather's going to be pretty sultry as it is in Bangkok today. So let's see what's going to emerge. There seems to be a lot of surface water. Looking at the pictures here, floodlights are on. Anyway, to save my voice, I'll let the stream continue.
So there'll be a number.
Clive Allen is talking about the preparation goes on into pre-season. Obviously, he has a lot of experience as a player and as a coach. I know Ange was hoping that some players would get 60 minutes today, but I wonder whether, looking at the underfoot conditions, whether he might just rein back on that and it will be 45 minutes again. I'm not sure who's on the bench. I'll have a look for you. So on the bench today, we've got Whiteman, Emerson Royale, Sergio Reguilon, Eric Dyer, Japhet Tanganga, Skip, Lo Celso, Sarr, Perisic, Solomon, and Richarlison. I think he indicated yesterday that only Dane Scarlett was not available for the game, so that kind of makes sense, and I'm sure that players will have their replacements on their bench. Kickoff was supposed to be 11 o'clock, but we're now 4 minutes past 11. So I'm assuming that they're taking mind of the conditions. Still in the studio with Clive Allen. So we'll see. We'll see. Cactus, no, we don't stream the game. We're not allowed to stream the game. We would lose our channel if we did that. Apologies for that. It's just myself and hopefully others who will join me later who will comment on what we're seeing on screen. I do believe that you can watch it on Leicester City's own channel for free. I think there's a lot of Spurs people who will be joining you on that, given that Tottenham were expecting you to buy and subscribe to Spurs Play for the for this game. No sign of kickoff yet. They're interviewing, or they're showing an interview with Maddison from yesterday. I noticed that he did a Jason Mraz song for his video. I'm sure that's probably on somewhere on Instagram. If anyone wants to share that with us. You're not missing anything here, just showing more training pictures from yesterday in the open training. I think there was about 6,000 Spurs fans watching Spurs train last night in the stadium.
The way the manager wants to play, you have to do it. Non-negotiable. You have to run, you have to work hard, you have to press. So whether you're in the heat or in the freezing cold, your teeth and get through it kind of moment. But it's still good.
Just looking at this game, I guess it was written in the stars, wasn't it? You'd probably end up playing Leicester sooner rather than later.
Okay, just got a message to say that the referee is checking the pitch. It seems that Josh Keeley has just taken a kick from the along the ground, and the ball stopped on the edge of the 6-yard box. So it's looking quite possible that we won't get a game today. Always a problem, I suppose, when you go to a tropical place to play football. I'll be so disappointed for the Singapore fans who've made the club feel so welcome, or rather the Bangkok Thai fans that have made Tottenham so welcome.
It's always nice to see them and familiar faces. But like I just said, it's professional mode on, work hard for the team, treat it like any other game, and that's how it's got to be.
We spoke to you in the diary actually at the start of so I'm just going to say a week later.
James Madison, the first
So there's definitely a delay in kickoff. Game hasn't been abandoned quite yet, but we'll soon find out, no doubt.
I thought it was a fantastic interview, and also seeing what James Madison is about. He's facing his old teammates today, but you can see he's in professional mode. He enjoyed their company, working with them, playing with them, but you have to sometimes just move on, and he looks to have done that. I thought it was really eloquent the way he described pre-season, integrating with a squad of players. Fantastic to hear. I just think he's a great addition to our squad.
and a great addition on the pitch as well in terms of what he brings. Now, we spoke the other day a little bit about the fact that there maybe hasn't been this role in this Spurs team for a few years, but we got a glimpse the other night of what he'll bring and the nature of what that role could be, sitting slightly behind the striker.
Yeah, and it's the other players understanding that, how you deliver the ball to him quickly, whether it's a ball into his feet or into the space that he will work in, and then the front players obviously working off of him, understanding where you can make runs.
Hi, folks. Answering some mail there. No sign of any kickoff. We are running 15 minutes late already. The pitch looks absolutely dreadful, and I mean, if I was Ange, I would be concerned that you put your players at risk playing on that surface with the ball sticking in the wet. Hello, my friendly Gooner friend, Mr. Silver. How are you? Hope you're doing well. I haven't been following your trips, your boys in America. I'm assuming that you're playing as well, and you're probably very excited for the season ahead. I'm, as we've discussed elsewhere, I am very subdued about this. But anyway, time will tell. Time will tell. I'm watching a video of Spurs playing cricket with some Aussie internationals. So, yeah, it's not looking like our game's going to go ahead. And that's one of the problems when you go to that part of the world. Monsoon weathers can derail the best of your attempts. But yeah, good morning, Mr. Silver. Have fun. Mr. Murray joining us from the Emerald Isle. Yeah, there seems to be a leak. It's a leak in the sky, and it's bucketing down, or has been bucketing down. The referee is inspecting the pitch, so who knows what will partake. I'll continue drinking my neck oil and hope things get better. Well, lost 2-0 to United last night. It's not the results. I suppose it's about the performances. Yeah, it's and as I say, I think it's just your first game, isn't it? So yeah, I wouldn't read too much into that. I remember Man United had a sparkling pre-season last year, and then what happened to them? They went to Brentford on the opening day of the season. I seem to remember, got absolutely horsed. But anyway, yeah, it's certainly looking less and less likely. We're already 20 minutes late from kickoff. I don't know what the weather forecast when I looked last night was not particularly good. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway. All I know is that I will soon let you know as soon as I see anything other than Spurs playing cricket on the WACCHA. Update. There's going to be a pitch inspection in 5 minutes. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what will happen? So I'll continue to. We'll continue to keep you updated as and when I hear news. At the minute, it's still Ben Haynes and Clive Allen in the studio in London, and a very damp-looking stadium in there on the screen behind them. Flood lit up the track on this side of the pitch, makes it very bright, very damp indeed. Let's hope we get a game, but I don't really want to put our players at risk, to be honest. So, where are we going?
Just individually, but collectively as well. That work that you're looking at how it works in a match situation. So all of a sudden, you've got to now almost replan and refocus on how are you now getting back on track with your preparations for the start of the season. With the coaches,
So, my Arsenal friend is asking me, how are you feeling about Spurs business so far? Will Kane stay, in your opinion? Yeah, I wouldn't say that we've addressed the major issues, which is the defence. We seem to be buying players in positions that we're already well stocked in, which is typical Daniel Levy, who's got to be the most incompetent, even if he's the highest paid CEO in Premier League football. My feeling is Kane will stay. Yeah, he'll just stay and see out his contract and make a decision. Well, he might make the decision as early as January. It will just depend on how our season's going. If he feels that things are going well, it isn't ruled out altogether that he stays for the rest of his career. My feeling is that he will have his pick of teams in January overseas, and he won't sign anything then, and he will wait until the end of the season when other teams come into play. My feeling is that he wouldn't go to Chelsea and he wouldn't go to Arsenal. Manchester City no longer need him. So his choices in England are rather limited, possibly Man United. But any team would want a Harry Kane. Any team would want Harry Kane. And, he won't, wages won't be a problem. I just hope that we can convince him by our performances and by, fingers crossed, picking up a domestic trophy at last, that we can that he'll commit for the rest of his career. But I think he'll stay for this season. But beyond that, it's a gamble. It's a gamble. I certainly don't see him going to Munich. I think the antics of the German media yesterday won't have helped matters at all. And I think probably Bayern have now got to find an extra 10 million to pay for that. So anyway. Podganic, is that? Or Ganchik? Yeah, the game hasn't started. No, it hasn't started yet. Morning, Matthew, our Manchester United friend. Yes, hope you're doing well. No, the game hasn't started. Looking increasingly doubtful. Looking at the pictures coming from Bangkok. At the minute, they're just in the studio. Thank you, Matthew. No, game hasn't started, as I said. If it does start, I will let you know. Please bear patience with me. I will pass on the news as soon as I have it. I'm watching it on my mobile to my left, hence I'm looking like this. And as yet, we haven't got a kickoff, and we're still awaiting a referee decision. Big Dog is agreeing with me. Kane to stay and then join United for free. Possibly. it depends who makes themselves available in January, I'd say, amongst the European giants, you know. I now have animus towards Bayern Munich, so I hope he doesn't go there. But yeah, going overseas would be nice for me. The thought of him turning up at our place in a shirt of someone else would be quite heartbreaking. But anyway, we'll see. We move on. We've lost bigger players in the past, so we'll. I've been following Tottenham from 1969. God, I'm 62 now. Bloody hell, lost count. So I've seen them come and I've seen them go, and I don't necessarily worry. Well, big up to my friend Mike. If he's it's I was quite positive about the first pre-season game, Mike. We had subtle differences, me and Sam, on talking points the other night, but I was more positive. You know, the weaknesses were there to be seen, and I don't think Ange, needs explaining what needs to be done. We just need to get our business done in the centre of defence, you know. So if I could see the signs, you know, a Bremer or a Tapsoba or a Van der Veen, not a Clement Longley, then, you know, I would say that we're starting to address that. But yeah, I like the way we played. You know, we had 90% ball pass completion, 30 shots on goal. Do you know what? It was probably the most entertaining football I've seen, Mike, since, you know, since Christmas 2018. You know, we've been tortured, really. Even as we went on that run to the Champions League, the football that we were playing in the league was terrible. So we'll see. Yeah, I've seen those rumours. Barcelona have got enough problems of their own sorting out their ridiculous salaries that they've promised players. That's why they can't get rid of Longley. I mean, why would you want to leave when you've been paid a small fortune, an absolute small fortune? Anyway, we'll see.
First 3 or 4 then. So we have Brentford away. So I love the derby to start. We're going to have Man United at home on the 19th of August. Bournemouth away, and then Burnley.
Yeah, they should have known that, you know, it was that kind of season. But I assume that they expect that, you know, they're going to be lucky, and then you know, they can get 2 hours where there isn't any rain. And anyway, it's one of those things. We're nowhere closer to Kickoff. They're still in the studio. Ben and Clive have moved on to the fixtures at the beginning of the season, and Ange has certainly got some tough ones. Brentford away is never easy on the opening day of the opening weekend of the season, and then Man United at home, which I will be down for. I'm looking forward to seeing Ange's football. Yeah, Mike, I think you and I are singing from the same sacred songbook on the way we're playing. Maybe we're not going to get a run out today. It's looking increasingly unlikely with the weather that's closed in over Bangkok. The sky is absolutely leaden there. Must be tough.
Your pre-season unfolds as well. If you're fit, healthy, training.
I think there's an element of truth there. You're feeling very good about yourself. You know, I mean, I'm amazed at the flying that they've had to do. Perth to Bangkok was 9 hours. You know, and you go over Singapore to get there, and that's where they're heading back to. So, I don't know. It seems a bit odd, but you know, it's all about the Benjamins, isn't it? You know, and that's the motto of our current owners: profit before glory. Anyway, you know, if I had any confidence that the profits were going to be spent on the playing staff of the football team, it would be better. But you know, it's being funneled into the memorial fund for Joe Lewis, it seems, and not being spent wisely or to the level that it could be. I mean, we are so well within our financial fair play limits; it's unbelievable, and we haven't been able to tie up the two centre backs as a minimum that we need. And the fact that Clement Longley is hanging around like a bad smell does not fill me with joy. I would say our transfer window is a 4 out of 10 at the moment. Maddison is an absolute godsend. Vicario, jury's out. And Solomon, I just think we've just replaced Lucas Moura with a new Lucas Moura. I'm not sure what he brings to the party that Danjuma didn't bring. So we'll see. We'll see. Aye. Yeah, I agree with you, Mike. We will get it sorted, but it's just who are we getting it sorted by? And it's clear you didn't have, you didn't take a body language expert to see what Ange was thinking post Tuesday night's game. I liked what he said post game as well. I like the fact he said results matter, in spite of the fact that in the long run of it, we don't actually, we didn't win anything or lose anything by losing to West Ham. I like that about him. We've got some tough games to start the season, so let's get those sorted out. What I do take credit from, and as I said earlier in the stream, it's a guy called Harry Brooks, who's a Spurs fan, is a coach of youth players, also an agent, and he says learning Ange's centre back thing does not take a great deal of sessions. So we got to go. Yeah. Anyway, let's hope it's Tapsoba van der Ven that we're getting, or Gleason Bremer, anyone from Juventus. Seems like a monster of a defender. But yeah, let's hope that we can get something along that lines in the door. So still no sign of going to the match. I'm going to go on mute for a while, and you'll see me typing messages and God knows what else. But as soon as the game starts, I will be back.
for a match day coming into the stadium.
Still no sign of a kickoff. We're 40 minutes later than scheduled. Clouds, I mean, sky still looks leaden. Floodlights are lighting up the track where the rain has just, poured onto the side of the pitch. As far as I know, according to the studio, the game has yet to be abandoned, but the players will be getting annoyed now because they'll have done their warm-ups. They've been out on the pitch beforehand, got themselves absolutely soaked to the skin. Will probably have to go back into warm showers to heat themselves up. Yes, the disadvantages of tours in subtropical areas, obviously. Oh.
Does that look like we're starting to see players just come and have a look? Unfortunately, I think that's because tonight's friendly against Leicester has been cancelled due to
Right, folks. Yes, literally, direct from the horse's mouth. It looks like the game has been cancelled. Sorry about that. I was looking forward to bringing the pitch was unplayable though. I mean, the ball wasn't travelling 6 yards, and it would have put players in danger if they continued. So, a very expensive waste of Tottenham's time. Such a shame. I really feel for the Thai fans who would have really liked to have seen Spurs, and obviously Thailand are a big team. Leicester are a big team in Thailand as well with their previous owners. Yeah, that's a shame. That is a shame, but it looks like the game's been abandoned, folks. And I'll continue to monitor things until the stream goes off. What are we hoping for in the transfer window? That might be a good question. Oh. Hi, Jody. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, you probably just got the news with me there that the game has been abandoned. The players are out on the pitch, saluting the fans. Look, oh God, that's so sad for them, because you'd hope that they'd have an opportunity to see players that they have to get up at all hours of the morning to watch normally. But yeah, it's not been it's a risk when you go to that part of the world, and I do feel that this will cost Tottenham in terms of the efforts that the players have gone through in order to get themselves fit and ready. God knows what will happen now, but they're supposed to fly on to Singapore, which is effectively heading back from where they've come. Let's hope the game can go on there, because I wouldn't imagine that the weather's that much different.
Every single week in different parts of the country. I mean, we spoke the other day about the fact there's official supporters clubs all over the world. In such a wonderful way, both in Perth but now also out Thailand, and will be the same in Singapore as well, I'm sure. You feel so sorry for them.
Absolutely, I think
yeah, the players are looking really dejected, walking around the edge of the pitch, saluting the fans. Yeah, game's off. And now they'll head on to Singapore with the hope that they can get a game going there. Not good.
Absolutely soaking there, but I mean, from us here, we do just want to say thank you as well to the fans that have turned out in incredibly rainy conditions to go and support the boys. get some minutes today, but also play in front of this brilliant crowd. And it's really lovely that the players are getting this opportunity, but just, yeah, it's such a shame for the fans at home.
Well, I think what you have to say is the players are aware of obviously these supporters turning up, how much it means to them. It's not a case of just jumping on the bus and disappearing. You can see that the players have brought in the efforts of the supporters to come and watch them.
Just quickly in terms of the players that we've been hoping to make an impact, this is a tough one to take today, isn't it? We just saw Regular on there, someone that he comes back off of a loan and had a bit of a tough night against West Ham. I'm sure for him, for the others that were going to make their first starts today, a real feeling of not wanting to get going.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what pre-season is all about. It's about preparing yourself, not only in training, but when those games come along, you want to take those opportunities. And for all of the players, Harry Kane, all the way back to a youngster who's in the squad, he wants that opportunity. You're all looking at it, and you all understand how important your pre-season preparations are. And this is a disruption. It means that things have to be tweaked. You have to be flexible as a manager and the staff. You have to now start almost replanning the next couple of days to get back what you've lost with this game not taking place.
Now that we know that the game's obviously officially called off, your kind of gut reaction, Clive, you felt that just with the amount of rainfall coming down, that this was going to be one that probably we would see called off.
Yeah, as I say, as a coach or a manager looking at it, you want to get some benefit from the game. And we've said many times the result, regardless of the result, it is about preparation, the work you can get in, and it just doesn't work on a surface like that. It is dangerous. There's no benefit from the game taking place in conditions like this.
What do you think happens now in terms of
the players are thinking, what's in store? Whether it's
a day off?
There won't be a day off. Absolutely not. There's work that will be needed. The sports scientists will be certainly they'll be working double time, getting back what they've lost by not playing today.
One of the things that we regularly see on match days is that the players that have come on, they've played 20 minutes, they've gone to the most intense warm down.
Yeah.
And I imagine
TV has been switched off in the studio. Ben and Clive filling the air. I think I'm going to call it a day there, folks. I should have suspected when I got the slide wrong earlier that things would go pear-shaped. Anyway, if all goes well, I'll see you for the Singapore game, which is at a more I think it's a Wednesday later in the day, I believe, but we'll soon find out. Let's hope that game goes ahead. Whether in that part of the world cannot be predicted. But anyway, let's see that we can reconvene on Wednesday night, and with that, it's come on you Spurs. See you Wednesday.